Hello everyone and welcome back to Eternal Darkness. Last time we saw the gruesome fate of Alexandra's grandfather and her resolution to get to the bottom of the reasons why her grandfather was killed. We explored the ground floor of the mansion as much as we could, and we ended up in this little secret study full of occult artifacts, especially this little book here. I think it's time for us to examine it. A large leather-bound antique book rests upon the cluttered desk. Yes, Alex, read the book.
I had no knowledge of what was to come, nor did I care. How the knowledge changed me, it will also change you. As you read this, you will come to learn fear as I have. You too will come to understand, or you will perish. To think that once I could not see beyond the veil of our reality. To see those who dwell behind. My life now has purpose, for I have learned the frailty of flesh and bone. I was once a fool. Where is quies candamest? Where is conservandi?
Facusatis aquae sumat, et animus eorum conferma. Pugna huis, dia sit modo prima multarum, si inceptum conficiamus.
Quam primum, Centurio Augustus. I would like to compliment you once more on your battle tactics. Our enemies did not have a chance. Do you believe that it really exists, Centurion?
I do not doubt our Emperor's beliefs, or his orders. But if we are to retrieve the artifact, then we must be strong and patient.
Come to us, pious Augustus.
And thus begins the game proper. And we start with the comparisons to Resident Evil, where there you had the choice of two characters. Here you have a dozen. As Alexandra reads the tome of Eternal Darkness, we play as the characters she reads about. Now we're playing as Pius Augustus in 26 BC in Persia. Apparently, the Emperor Augustus, son of Julius Caesar, had a vision about a powerful artifact hidden in this area. Pius is obviously tasked to bring it to him, and so he leads a campaign in these lands. He hears some voices which lead him somewhere in the desert, where he is transported in this forgotten place. Pius seems quite unfazed by the ordeal, though. Let's see what we can examine here. The dais on the floor is finely crafted, inlaid with gold and gems that Pius can't identify. strong linear design is situated in the middle and is equally unknown to the Roman soldier. We've seen that design, of course. The other difference, though you can't tell by just looking, is the fact that this game is fully 3D controlled. You don't have to rotate, you just have to push the direction and off Pius goes. In any case, let's see what we have here. A ladder leads into the dank heart of the labyrinth. Danger lurks beneath, yet Pius's courageous resolve does not buckle. Pius has nerves of steel. Despite what happened to him, up until now, it was only the beginning. From now on, things will take a more sinister turn. The dead walk. And Pius only looks at it. Mouth ajar, doesn't even scream, doesn't even try to run away. He has a mission and intends to bring it to an end. I'm gonna hack this monster to pieces. And then we're gonna do the same to its friends. One interesting aspect of this game is that each character we'll be playing as is different. Ah, we got hit. So we get introduced to our health meter. Yes, as you see, Pius has quite a large health meter. Each character we'll be playing as has different statistics, so to speak, different attributes. Pius is quite athletic, which means he won't tire as much from running, or as fast. He can run for quite some distance before he starts huffing and puffing. He can swing his sword without tiring. You will see him swing slower as we go. What's this? A strange granite block lies on the floor. It is now in our possession. And each character also has different health pools, as well as other things that we'll be seeing as we go on. Now let's kill these creatures. These ones are significantly larger than the last ones, but they die all the same. As you can see, Pius has gotten slower with his swings. You can also finish creatures when they're fallen down prone on the floor. This has some special significance later on, but for now, we're just doing it to rid ourselves of them. Another strange granite block with another linear design on it. Who built this place? It's a good question. No one knows. Who brought these corpses here? This living dead to guard it. To stop whoever's tried to come in here. Was this place built to keep outsiders away? Or to trap something inside? No need to fight all those monsters up there. We have a mission to accomplish. We have to get to the bottom. To the bottom of this. As you can see, everything has collision detection here. You can't just swing willy-nilly. It will interact with the environment, which is something that doesn't really happen in Resident Evil. The bars across the door block Pius's exit from the room. Let's try the other side. I can hear more of these undead monstrosities back here. I think we can all understand what we're supposed to be doing in here. The last granite block is now in our possession. Yes, as you can see, Pius can run quite a bit, despite him wearing full plate armor of the Roman legions. Now we have to input these granite blocks in their correct slots to open the way forward. You might have noticed that in the introduction to the chapter we saw Pius Augustus conversing. There we go. Conversing with two of his men. They started talking in Latin, which is a really neat touch. I really liked that the first time I saw it, before transitioning to English. Now, one thing that this game really does well is introduce you to the characters without telling you overtly who they are and their personalities. Now, here we go. This is another thing that differentiates Eternal Darkness from its counterpart, Resident Evil. Pius, you must prove your worth by destroying this statue. Now you see, we have a statue here. We can aim it just like we would in Resident Evil, but now we can target different parts of the body as well. Arms, head, and torso. The more unnerving thing about this statue, though, is that it's a statue of Pius Augustus. It looks like he was expected, that perhaps he was the chosen one. In any case, he has to hack himself up to open the way forward. Now, as I was saying, this game does something really well. It tells you about your characters without boring yourself, without telling you outright. By the conversation, we could infer that Pius is an excellent military leader. A really good strategist. And he cares about his men, about the men under his command. Now, as you can notice, as I was saying, this is a shrewd, methodical man. This can be seen right here. Hacking a monster's head off, cannot see, just flails around aimlessly. We can chop all of its arms off, and then finish it. Get it out of its misery. So, we have a Roman centurion, who's a brilliant tactical mind, and being called on by powers unknown to him. Let's see what this is, though. This seems like the centerpiece of the room. A button attached to a small pylon softly illuminates the room. A bizarre energy seems to radiate from it. Let's push it. The way back is shut, and the way forward seems suspiciously like that thing that brought us here. But instead of 5 monoliths, now we have 3 smaller pylons. Well, what's the worst that could happen, right? And here we are. The chosen one gets to make a choice. This is what his emperor sent him to find, and he has found it. Only the artifact is not 1, but 3. Let's check them out, see what each one is. A strange sculpture resembling a red-clawed worm mysteriously floats above the pedestal. Here, we have an effigy resembling a warped angel, shaped from dark green emerald, which hovers effortlessly above the pedestal. And this, the last artifact, shaped like a delicate dome, a pale blue statuette flows gracefully above the pedestal. And this is the pedestal that Pius will claim.
Eons have passed since then, and I have learned much. All at once, I understood. The forces of the multiverse all made sense under the transcending power of Ulyath. No mountain too high, no city too far. Face me, and you shall surely perish.
And with that, Alex has acquired the Tome of Eternal Darkness. So it seems that Pius Augustus was the chosen one, but it wasn't the chosen one in the sense we all expected him to be. He's not the chosen to save the world, he's the chosen to damn it. To damn it to eternal darkness. Let's check out the book, shall we? Let's see what we have to say, what the game has to say about it. This is the Tome of Eternal Darkness, where experience, spells, and enchanted items can be stored for future use. It has been made from fragments of human skin and bone, and endowed with magical powers. What that means is that, as Alexandra reads about the exploits of persons around the world and throughout time, all they have lived through become all the knowledge they have acquired, she will acquire in turn. However, the tome doesn't have anything more to tell us. As you can see though, that page back there in the frame glows now. I wonder why. Strangely, with the Tome of Eternal Darkness in her possession, Alex can read the page. It is a chapter page from the tome itself. Of course, Alex, take the chapter page. The Binding of the Corpse God. Well, that sounds ominous. What's more ominous is that Alexandra... Listen to this. Alexandra couldn't read the gibberish on the page, but now she can. So, join me next time as we begin to read The Binding of the Corpse God. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, push that bell button as well, and take care.